Tips for managing the difficult boss. As a keynote speaker and corporate trainer who has spoken to audiences around the US and in 5 other countries, the number one question I'm asked is, how do I manage a difficult boss? To make matters worse, it's clear that there are several different varieties of the difficult boss. First, there's the tornado.
I hope you don't mind me intimidating everyone with my overbearing nature at your team meetings. I'm just trying to help speed things along.
This is the boss who says they've delegated responsibility to you, but they really can't let go. They're an unwelcome force of nature in your meetings and really impede the team's progress. But no one will speak up and share their real views in their presence. The question is, how do you get them to back off? Next, we have the wishful thinker.
Would you please boil the ocean and solve world peace too while you're at it?
This is the boss who's always wearing rose-colored glasses. They expect you to be able to achieve the impossible. They're truly detached from reality, and they somehow think you've got a magic wand tucked away in your cubicle and can move mountains. Next, we have the Clueless Chameleon.
I'm not exactly clear on what I'm looking for, but I'll be sure to hold you responsible when I don't get it.
This is the boss who can't seem to make up their mind. Working for them feels like an endless information scavenger hunt, and it's exhausting. To make matters worse, they often change priorities or assumptions and seem to expect you to be a mind reader, zeroing in on exactly what they want, even though they're not completely sure themselves. Finally, there's the naked emperor.
I love the sound of my own voice in particular because my ideas are brilliant. Not.
This is the boss who lives in their own reality, where all their ideas are brilliant and no one wants to burst their bubble. They initiate ridiculous projects, make questionable decisions, and everyone just plays along as if they're as amazing as they think they are. The question becomes, how do you manage these difficult bosses? Well, managing up is truly a skill, and there are certainly approaches that will work well with even the most difficult bosses. Here are just a couple examples. Let's take the wishful thinker. If they've asked you to take on a project or task that seems unrealistic or otherwise problematic, consider using these techniques. First, when they provide their list of requirements, ask them to separate the wants from the needs. Very often, a project sponsor or senior leader will ask for a Maserati when a skateboard will do just fine. If you reveal the underlying need, you can often propose alternate courses of action that might be more attainable. Another suggestion: instead of lying awake at night and wringing your hands thinking about the risks associated with a particular project or task, put pen to paper and attempt to quantify them. One simple formula for risk analysis is multiplying anticipated probability times estimated impact if the risk event occurs. This results in a calculation of estimated severity. For example, if the probability of rain during your event is 25%, you would multiply that by the financial impact to the project if it occurs, which might be $10,000 to secure an inside venue. That would result in an anticipated severity of $2,500. You would perform this calculation for each risk event on your project and bring the analysis to your project sponsor or senior leader and ask them if they're comfortable with that level of risk. Instead of approaching them with a visceral fear, present them with hard facts and ask for their support. They might just see your concern and decide to add resources, time, money, or even pull the plug on the project from hell that you didn't want to take on in the first place. If you're interested in additional tips and techniques for this type of difficult boss or others, please consider bringing one of our workshops on site. We offer keynote presentations and workshops on a variety of topics, including professionalism and workplace productivity, project management, team building, communication skills, meeting facilitation, leadership skills, work-life balance, and many other areas. Most importantly, it won't be another one of those dreadfully boring presentations or training sessions where you'd rather watch paint dry. Whether you're interested in a keynote presentation for a conference or lunch and learn, or a half or full day training workshop, the session will be highly interactive and packed with practical tips that participants can begin using immediately. Contact us today at info@professionalismmatters.com or 678-777-7188.